Okay, everyone, we're gonna get into this video and react here. Donald Trump just hilariously trolled Justin Trudeau, calling him the governor of the great state of Canada. So I haven't watched this video yet, so I want to give my genuine reaction. So let's go ahead and play the clip and see what really happened.
Trolling of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The latest being a post on Truth Social which read, "It was a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. I look forward to seeing the governor again soon so that we may continue our in-depth talks on tariffs and trade, the result of which will be truly spectacular for all."
This is that's what I love about Donald Trump. He's such a troll. It's a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau, the great state of Canada. So you can really see his strong arming here, letting him know who the real boss is, and without the US, Canada would be nothing. And it'll be interesting to see how the tariffs have an effect on the economy, not just in Canada, but China, and then the broader globe.
The internet went into meltdown after the hilarious...
I just love how Trump shows absolutely zero respect to Trudeau. Please continue trolling him, Mr. President. Yes, please.
Post, with this commentator saying, "I just love how Trump shows absolutely zero respect to Trudeau. Please continue trolling him, Mr. President." And this wasn't the first time Trump has taken cheap shots at Trudeau. The president-elect started the joke during a dinner with Trudeau at Mar-a-Lago after...
Looking very orange here, the orange man.
The Canadian Prime Minister made a desperate dash to settle tariff tensions.
And tonight we're getting some new details about that Trump-Trudeau dinner from two people who were at the table. We are told that when Trudeau told President-elect Trump that new tariffs would kill the Canadian economy, Trump joked to him that if Canada can't survive without ripping off the U.S. to the tune of $100 billion a year, then maybe Canada should become the 51st state.
Wow, that's a big state. And that's a good comeback from, whatever you think, if this is good or bad. Trudeau saying this will kill Canada, this will kill the economy. It is obviously bad for the economy. I don't think it'll kill Canada. He's like, okay, well, if it's going to kill you, then you can become the 51st state of the United States.
And Trudeau could become its governor. Right.
I'm pretty sure they could do better than Trudeau.
On that detail with the panel. Peter, thank you.
Donald Trump confirmed this, saying Trudeau flew over immediately after the tariff announcement.
I spoke with Justin Trudeau. In fact, he flew to Mar-a-Lago within about 15 seconds after the call. And he was at Mar-a-Lago. We were having dinner talking about it.
This commentator said,
Great guy. We're friends of mine. We had a good talk, probably the best talk that anyone's ever spoken to him about.
Justin knows who the boss is. And it seems like Trump's comments are hitting a little too close to home for Canadian Green Party leader Elizabeth May, who seemed very triggered when asked about the running joke.
I'm triggered!
Trump on his Truth Social this morning greeted the Prime Minister as the governor of the 51st state, something along that line. Have you seen that? Do you have any thoughts about that, about the dynamics of the relationship?
She is fuming.
I haven't seen that, so I probably should comment. Just that with the Truth Social post of Donald Trump planting a Canadian flag on a Canadian mountain, I have to say that to the extent that this 51st state thing was a joke, it's not funny. And I find that pursuing it on social media makes me increasingly nervous. Mr. Trump has, we have to be very, very careful with the president-elect, and we have to pull together.
Nervous because it's going to be bad for your economy and also bad for your agenda.
I think all opposition party leaders and premiers, all elements of the Canadian political establishment, such as we are, better pull together to make sure we don't create any cracks that allow Fox News or Mr. Trump's social media to exploit us and say things about Canada that aren't true.
And Canadians are already embracing the American takeover.
America.
Even singing their anthem at an ice hockey match.
And the rockets red
they trying to do? Cut out the national anthem or something? Freedom!
This commentator confirmed the alliance, saying, USA is Canada's biggest ally, and I'd like to remind our brothers and sisters to the south that it's only a small number of woke Trudeau loyalists.
So USA is Canada's biggest ally, and I'd like to remind our brothers and sisters to the south there's only a small number of woke Trudeau loyalists who look down at you and sneer. The rest of us would offer you a couch if you had nowhere to sleep. Yeah, that's exactly right. I don't know how long this Trudeau is going to last. If he's going to last this election, I think seeing the trends in the US, maybe the culture will start to shift in Canada.
Who look down at you and sneer. The rest of us would offer you a couch if you had nowhere to sleep. And the Canadian opposition didn't let the joke go unnoticed, with Pierre Poilievre slamming the PM for his response, calling him weak.
In an interview this morning, Donald Trump again floated the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States. Are you concerned that the president-elect repeatedly brings up this idea of annexing our country?
Well, the bottom line is that that Justin Trudeau is a weak leader, and he gains no respect from countries all around the world.
I agree, and so was Biden, and that's why the world is falling into so much chaos, and we need strong leaders right now.
Canada should have a strong, smart leader with the brains and backbone to put our country first.
And to make matters worse,
That's exactly right. Trump's doing that for America. Canada needs to do something that's best for them.
a fresh poll has shown Justin Trudeau has fallen out of favour with Canadians, with even Donald Trump commanding a higher approval rating amongst Canadians than their own leader.
Well, that's saying something, that maybe the culture is beginning to shift in Canada. If you're from Canada, let me know down below if you're noticing your family and friends are becoming less woke.
Now, just on Trump, and a new poll has recently revealed that Canadians seem to approve of Trump over their Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Can you explain this polling data to us?
I mean, let's be honest, Canada is a mess. Whenever there's a story about Canada, it's almost never good. It seems like...
I agree. Their economy is doing terrible, and their housing market is definitely overinflated, just like Australia.
Every night or several times a week, I'm looking at, I mean, it looks like the Gaza Strip there. There's violence.
Wow, that's a pretty big comparison, comparing Canada to the Gaza Strip.
There's extremism. It's an example of what happens when the leader of a country is a left-wing extremist. And you compare that to Donald Trump.
I didn't know there was such thing as left-wing extremists. I thought it was only you could be a right-wing extremist or far right. You can't be far left, though. You're only left, but if you're on the right, it's just not you're on the right, you're far right, or you're a right-wing extremist. It's good to see the media's finally calling some people for what they are. Some people do go too extreme to the left, and I think that's what brought Donald Trump in, because things just started to get crazy.
Trump's record, and it's much better. Just this week, there was a major international event where they were essentially rededicating the Notre Dame, because it had been refurbished after the big fire. And Donald Trump showed up there, and this might be subjective, but really the way that he was interacting with the heads of state, it made me feel almost like America was back. And you contrast that.
We're back, baby. Freedom. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think Donald Trump is going to continue to try to bully Canada to make it better for the US, or do you think they're going to become more on the same page, make some good agreements. What do you think about this trolling? Let me know down below. See you in the next video.